Hi everyone, my name is Jared, and welcome to some tips on how to make filming vlogs more efficient. Now, I haven't made a lot of vlogs, but I've made a lot of videos, and you know, a lot of people try to focus on a lot of quality things. I'm gonna make you this video on a Galaxy S8 with no camera gear, with my hood on, at 5 in the morning, laying down in a bed. This is kind of to help the person who maybe just can't put out as many videos as they want, you know? I used to be like that. I used to not be able to produce as many videos as I wanted. So, let's jump into it. The first thing that really helps me film effectively is I pick my style of video. So, what I mean by this is the video going to be more candid? Like this is pretty candid, or cinematic, right? So if you notice, there's graphics on the side of the screen. That's part of the style. I know that I want to put graphics in there, so I'm purposely filming with my head on this side to leave space for them. And a lot of it's going to be improv, so I don't need a lot of setup for it. Is the video going to be improv or scripted? You know, so that kind of changes how much time I'm going to dedicate to writing a script, you know, recording little extra bits to see how it goes. A lot of my videos, I know that I don't need any script for, so I don't even bother with it and I just let it happen. And it creates for some really cool moments and some cool explanations. And it really comes down to what do you want to make? Sometimes some people focus on what they're good at. For me, I focus on what do I want to make today? And these four tips, I know that I don't want to be scripted because I want to make sure they're actually tips that I would want and I would do. The next tip that I have for you is plan out your shots. And what I do is I make a tier list of shots. And depending on how big the video is, depends on what kind of shots you make. So what I do is I come up with a list of establishing shots. So for some videos, it's me explaining things. I make sure I got to get a certain amount of information out. So for this video, there's 4 establishing shots, which is I say I have like 4 tips that I want to give you guys. So I make sure that those 4 tips are in there, right? And if you cut out everything but those establishing shots, it makes a video, right? My establishing shot, my establishing shots would be that one that I made about is what's the style. This one would be plan your shots out, and then whatever the next 2 tips are going to be. I actually don't know what they're going to be yet. The next 2 tips would be whatever the next 2 tips are. And those would be my 4 establishing shots. And if I cut everything out but those, it'd be a video. I made a vlog about doing stuff outside, and I knew that there was a couple of establishing shots that I wanted to shoot, and I made sure to get those. And then the next shots were all about connecting those 4. So, granted, this was all filming in one day, so it was kind of a little difficult to kind of figure out what exactly type of shots I needed, but I just filmed, and when I went into the editing room, I asked myself, how am I going to connect, my first establishing shot to my second one to my third one, you know? And once you have that figured out, it will make not only your video flow a little bit better, but it will give you a plan of you don't have to think about what to film. I mean, you can write this all down on your phone or a piece of paper, wherever, just memorize it, but it'll make it so your filming process is so much easier and it goes by faster. My third tip I can give you, and this one is for me my favorite tip: film extra. For the love of God, film extra. All right, and this is because if it's like the opposite of seasoning. You know how when you cook and you put salt on it, you can put on salt, but you can't take away? When you film, you can take away film, but you can't add. It's the opposite. I've had a couple moments where I actually just had one the other day. Luckily, I could film more for this video. Okay, I got lucky, and it was just a voice recording that I needed. But I didn't have enough film I didn't have enough content to make the video as long as the person wanted. And that sucked. Always film extra. It's okay if you have 2 hours of footage for a 10-minute video. Maybe they're retakes. When I go to edit this, and this video not so much. I know what I wanna say, and I know about my skill level, and I don't have to spend time reshooting this. And if I have to, I have to, you know? But if you don't have a chance to reshoot something, and you get all of your shots down, take that extra time to just film extra things. It could be B-roll, it could be extra takes, whatever, but giving you options to edit and really kind of the ability to make whatever kind of video that you want to make is a really important thing. I've been stuck again in a couple situations where I don't have the right shot, I don't have the right clip, and it disrupts everything. The last tip that I can give you, and I like this one too, is I like all these tips. Create a workflow that works for you and that you can work within. So, I've had a lot of experience watching, shall we call them self-help videos, like do this one thing and you'll become more successful, or do this thing to become efficient, or like this video right now that you're watching, 4 tips to become more efficient at video editing, or whatever I title it. I think I title it like vlog shooting or whatever. But my biggest well, I get all these are the biggest tips. When it comes down to it, create a workflow that works well for you. I do freelance video editing, and one of my clients and I have a really good workflow where he sends me the project via Dropbox and he sends me the notes file, and I read through the notes, and all the clips have numbers to them, and I put the clip number next to each title. So if title A is clip 4, I put 4 before clip A, 2 clip B, 6 clip C, and so on and so forth. And then I send him the notes back. He can look at the notes and make sure all the clips are in the right order. It helps me because if it's like 30 clips and I need to move one, I can move it in the notes as well so I can find it easier. And that workflow works for him and me. There's another client where our workflow is pretty simple. He sends me a 45-minute long or hour long or 20-minute long face cam video where him and his friends talk to the camera, and he just sends me a list of timestamps and the types of edits he wants. And I have all of his extra elements like social media icons and a subscribe button. I have it all in a folder on my computer, and I know exactly where I want to put those. And I'm also going to create a what do you call it? A preset so that all of the files and whatnot are already set up in Adobe Premiere. And I don't have to put them in every time. That workflow works for both of those workflows work for me, and each of those work for their respective clients. So, and of course, when I'm solo, I have my own workflow when it comes to bulk record, bulk edit, bulk. I have my own workflow when it comes to making my own videos that is different from both my clients. So create workflows that you understand completely and create workflows that you can work within completely. And, if they're confusing, don't be afraid to change them. Never be afraid to change anything. You might take a couple extra minutes to adjust to it. Like I had to do that with hotkeys on the keyboard in Adobe Premiere Pro. It took me a couple times to adjust to it, but after I got done with it, it made more sense to me, and I was a lot more faster. Same thing with your video editing, same thing with your vlog shooting. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to change it. And if it doesn't work, change it back. So here's the list of the 4 tips again. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to tell me in the comments below. All right, I'm Jared. This has been another vlog about my life, and I'll see you guys in the next video.